Okay, this is going to be a bass video for bass technique. A lot of my first level, second level bass guitarists, they need a bit of work on their left hand or fretting hand technical aspects. We have our weak pinky finger here, and I'm finding that a lot of my students haven't developed their pinky finger enough. And so what I would like to instill in them is the idea that they need to keep working on that pinky finger to build it up over time, because there are things, certain music for the bass where you are required to play with that pinky finger. It is very tempting to play with just your main finger, especially 1 and 3, all the time. And there's a lot of that does happen in bass, but you need to be able to use all 4 fingers. So we're going to do an exercise now that's for this hand, this fretting hand. And we're going to do it by walking. So on our plucking hand, where we pluck the strings, rest your thumb if you like either on the neck here, or if you happen to have a thumb rest, it's called thumb rest on the guitar body, you can do that. I personally just rest on the 4th string guitar 6th string too. That's the 4th string of the bass. So we're going to play the 1st string of the bass here, the G string. And I'm going to do a rest stroke where I'm pushing the string down, and I push through and my finger lands on the next string. Then I switch now to my 2nd finger to do the same technique. I'm going to push down the string and land on the next string. So we call this walking. And I'm going to use this technique as I play this up here. So my fingers are going to be doing different things at the same time. It's going to be a little confusing, so you have to make sure you have your walking down first. Do this for about 3 hours. Not at once, but 3 hours perhaps over your career. And then you'll get used to that walking technique, and now you'll make this a bit easier. So let's have a look. I'm play the open G. Now I'm going to fret the G sharp with my 1st finger here. So it's in fret number 1 with that 1st finger. Now notice how I don't have my thumb on top. When you have your thumb on top, I'll just take my hand off. Have a look at that. Can you see how I've tensed my finger muscles like this? This is the tension I'm holding just to hold that string down. If I change the shape of my hand, let my hand hang down, this is a much more natural looking tension, and correct use of the muscles. Okay, so try and keep your hand in this open structure. Don't do this. Keep your thumb down, so you're always vicing or pinching the note down. So G sharp on the 1st fret, and now I'm going to go to the 2nd fret, but it has to be my 2nd finger. It has to be that finger. Let's just do it again. Open, 1st finger, 2nd finger. And now I'm going to move up to the 3rd fret for the note, what is that? That's B flat. So I'm going to use my 3rd finger, my ring finger, so you have to use yours too. And I'm plucking with my 2nd finger down here, M finger. And now I'm going to go up another fret to the B natural. And notice how I'm using my pinky finger there. I'm getting a little bit of buzz there. I'm going to practice that. I'm going to move my finger up towards the fret a little bit. You might find that too, because it's a little bit of a stretch. Try and run through that. That's the open note, 1st fret, 1st finger, 2nd fret, 2nd finger, 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 4th fret, 4th finger. You can hear I'm getting a bit of resonance off my A string. I might just numb that like that. Now let's try and go backwards. Sorry, the 4th finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, and then the 1st finger again. So you go up and down. Sounds a little bit like a jazz walking bass line, or the old Batman theme. You might find that it's actually a little bit easier to play up here, so you might want to just go up somewhere in the fret. I'm going to take an example. I'll just go up to the 12th fret. But you see I run out of notes there, no more fingers, so I'm going to move my hand up. So that's fret, what is that, fret 16. So there's actually 2 shapes. There's this shape going up. I move up 1 position, and there's this shape going down. And in some sense it's the same here. I've got open, and then I've got closed. So I'm going all the way up to the 3rd finger really, to make a group of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So if that was in written music, you would be doing that. You would be going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is the second phrase here. I'm going pinky, third, second, 1. Okay, and really it's really important to practice this technique, because that movement between the fingers is not just about playing music well and playing it correctly, but it's also about sending messages from your brain to the motor section that controls your body functions, and teaching it to do what it's told, basically. So the more you practice these technical exercises, then the easier it is to take on more technical challenges, because your body is listening to what it's being told, and you're sending messages and your body is remembering it. So after a while you will remember this, and you'll be able to talk like I can whilst I play it. My old guitar teacher actually, in one of our first lessons, said that to me, and I still remember it. It was a good lesson, and I remember him talking about being able to talk at the same time as playing. I thought, well, what's the relevance of that? Why is that important? It wasn't until later on that I realised that it wasn't just a function, but it was actually a form. It was so I could then shape my music and be, I can rely on my technical skills to think then about the music itself. How do I really want to play that music? And I could start to do other things with it. So I could change the texture here, or the dynamics. Okay? So really good exercise for bassists, and it sounds really cool. It sounds like it's, you know, something from a TV show or something, and it gets your fingers working. Yeah? Very cool. Awesome. Keep playing your bass. Bass.